If you're just joining us, you're still listening to Breakfast Show right here on Coal City 929 FM Enugu on the Democracy Day, and we are making a special package. Today, as we reflect on democratic journey, we continue to discuss how democracy works in all rounds. And on the second part, we are focusing our lights on disability inclusion in democracy. In the studio is Comrade Onyebuchi, Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Enugu State.
I say Happy Democracy Day to all Nigerians, to Ndi Enugu, to the special community of persons with disabilities.
Thank you for coming to the program, and Happy Democracy Day to you too. Now, June 12th is a symbol of democratic struggle and resilience in Nigeria, but for many people, especially persons with disabilities, democracy still feels out of reach. Why is disability inclusion important as we celebrate, and more so in democratic process?
The journey to our democracy in Nigeria has never been an easy one. Hence, the need and the importance of disability inclusion cannot be overemphasized. The journey to democracy that we all enjoy today left so many individuals dead, while so many are currently in a disabled situation. That is, physically speaking, because of the struggle to democracy, a whole lot of lives were lost. Some persons found themselves in another situation of life that made them join the community of persons with disabilities. Disability inclusion guarantees rehabilitation of life, guarantees sustainable development, and also projects society to the good side of it globally, because a society is measured by the way such society treats and handles matters affecting the vulnerable and the weak. Disability inclusion guarantees human rights. It ensures that human rights are promoted and that individuals are allowed to live a life of dignity, irrespective of whether one is physically challenged or not. It is devoid of all forms of discriminations, segregations, neglects, and exclusion. Hence, promotes equal opportunities for all. By so doing, the man who may have thought that he is no longer needed or counted in the scheme of things finds a platform that guarantees such a man's rights, such a man's voice, and promotes the dignity of man on an equitable arrangement.
Understanding that inclusion isn't charity and it is a right, it's very refreshing. And hearing that again and again, especially throughout this morning, it's truly a remarkable move. True democracy must reflect all voices and needs of all citizens. Bringing it back home, in Enugu specifically, why is the establishment of a disability commission so urgent?
As it concerns Enugu State, our dear state, the establishment of Disability Commission is so urgent because the world is moving. Nigeria is moving, and we cannot continue to play a nonchalant attitude on matters that are supposed not to be treated as such. Persons with disabilities over the years have suffered neglect and all forms of discriminations and stigmatization that is still going on around us here, from the family to the community and to the larger society, where their rights are being denied. Nobody speaks for them. No platform for them to register how they feel and take on the socio-economic development of our dear state. The establishment of Enugu State Disability Commission will place our state, Enugu, on the world map of civility and sustainable development. Remember, there is a slogan of the UN that says, Operation Leave No One Behind. It ensures that all segments of the society are being accommodated in the scheme of things. The inauguration of the Disability Commission is long overdue and is placing the state on a more disadvantageous position because the state is losing a lot from the national up to the international community, where we have seen a whole lot of organizations and donors looking for states and society that promotes equal opportunity, that promotes equity, that promotes equal participation, that promotes disability inclusion. our state will be placed on the world map if the accommodation for persons with disabilities in state affairs is guaranteed by the inauguration of the State Disability Commission, as so many states in Nigeria have already done, even as we speak. Therefore, Enugu State is poised and in the governance of our dear state, Enugu, current government projects moving Enugu from $4-something billion economy to over $30 billion economy in the nearest years to come. And a certain segment of the society cannot be left behind in such a lofty agenda.
You said it right. Without it, people with disabilities in Enugu are left without representation or recourse, as it is not just a policy issue, but a matter of justice, equity, and human dignity. How can the government and society prioritize the needs of persons with disabilities?
The government of the society, and Enugu State in particular, can prioritize the needs of persons with disabilities by inaugurating the State Disability Commission. This commission takes charge of every matters affecting persons with disabilities, be it socially, economically, educationally, and otherwise. They can do this by institutionalizing matters affecting persons with disabilities and allowing them to participate in state affairs. Prioritization of persons with disabilities and their needs can be guaranteed by the way of equal opportunities for all and allowing them to be part and parcel of the governance of the state by giving them a voice in appointments, in so many policies and programs of government, in social support that could help them develop economically, and ensuring the education of any disabled child. Promoting free education for children with disability in the state also help in ensuring that their needs are being prioritized.
If you start yours and I start mine and we help to push, it becomes a case where the voices of persons with disabilities must be involved in the decision-making process, and they have us as allies standing with them shoulder to shoulder, helping them get to where they need to be getting to. Nothing about us without us. You've mentioned mainstreaming disability inclusion in governance. What does that look like in practice?
Mainstreaming disability inclusion or disability matters into governance is as simple as accommodating them in decision-making processes, in policy development processes, in policy implementation stage or processes. As we advocate for the establishment of the State Disability Commission, that when matters affecting persons with disabilities are to be handled, persons with disabilities make their own contribution, for it is often said that he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches. In a more practical terms of mainstreaming disability inclusion into governance is by the way of accommodating persons with disabilities in the ongoing state government CNG buses arrangement. The current CNG buses we have in the state, how accessible it is to a wheelchair user, how accessible is it to a clutch user, how accessible it is to a blind man or woman, and to other forms of disabilities. So, making those CNG buses accessible for wheelchair users, for clutch users, for persons with visual impairment, and other categories of individuals with disability is one of the ways of ensuring disability inclusion in government. The establishment of Enugu State Disability Commission is long overdue, as we can see all over the state the effort that the current government is making to stabilize the economic development of Enugu. And persons with disabilities are the most impoverished. Their situation, the plight they undergo through, is better said than imagined. Their socio-economic life is nowhere to be reckoned with, and nobody speaks for them. There is no welfare package or social protection intervention programs designed specifically targeting at persons with disabilities. It is only by the establishment of this commission that a whole lot of responsibilities will be invested in the commission to ensure the social economic integration of these certain individuals to the affairs of their beloved state.
And what about representation? How do we promote equal political representation?
Political parties also should come into it and ensure equal representation. From the party lines, the disability inclusion is also needed. Let's all join hands together and give voice to the voiceless and allow the voice of the less privileged be heard, and let's all empathize with one another as we move on to the next level in our democratic setting.
Absolutely. Let's not forget about accessibility during elections. If polling units are not accessible, how can people vote, let alone contests? If you're just joining us, we're discussing disability inclusion in democracy. And in the studio, I am joined by Comrade Onyebuchi, the Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities in Enugu State. Let's talk about your message today as Nigerians mark Democracy Day.
In this year's Democracy Day, I call on all Nigerians, I call on all Ndi Enugu to allow democracy in our various families, allow democracy in our various communities, allow democracy in our society, and promote the interests of the downtrodden, and promote the good of man. For how much a country or a society practice democratic tenets determines how much such a society or country is being recognized and seen globally. Happy Democracy Day once again to all Nigerians and to Ndi Enugu and to the disability community in particular. Congratulations to all of us.
All right, people, the message is simple. Democracy is about inclusion, and if we want to grow stronger as a nation, we must ensure that no one is left behind, especially not those who've been marginalized for too long. Thank you for joining us, Comrade Onyebuchi, and sharing your thought with us this morning. Comrade Onyebuchi is the Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Enugu State Chapter. And thank you, dear listener, for joining us. Together, we could build a more inclusive nation. Thanks to all for this special Democracy Day broadcast right here on Coal City 929 FM, reaching your heart and soul from Enugu. Stay informed, stay involved, and remember, democracy belongs to us all. Happy Democracy Day. Producers has been Jude Obu and Anayo Egeru. Supervisor Joy Obitilata. General Manager Coal City FM. The executive producer is the Zonal Director FRCN Enugu Zonal Station, Dr. Ikechukwu Eze, and my name is Ekene Odigwe. Thanking you for joining us today. Have yourself a splendid day and celebrate Happy Democracy Day